After sensational races in Misano and Estoril, the European Stock Championship heads to Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya for round 3. The 4.7-kilometre length, 14-turn circuit boasts the longest straight on the calendar, and it is the perfect circuit to go racing on a toasty afternoon on the outskirts of Barcelona. 2023 saw bragging rights go the way to eventual champion Dani Munoz, with Eric Fernandez coming in second place last season. However, both of those riders have gone on to bigger and better things in the Moto2 class, particularly Dani Munoz, without giving too much away, while Dino Iozzo was on the podium here last season, and he is back in the stock category for 2024.
Yeah, a great race looks to be ahead of us. Race number 6 of the day, Chris. So we've managed to power through 5 fantastic races so far. So if you're just joining us for the final race of the day, make sure you go back on the JuniorGP YouTube channel and anywhere that you're watching from around the world, and make sure you catch up with what has been a bombastic and brilliant Barcelona battle in all classes so far.
So last time out in Estoril was in the wet conditions. The big pink machine and the number 13, Dino Iozzo started from pole position, but it was Adrian Rodriguez who got the whole shot going into turn 1, the number 44, though Iozzo managed to steal back the lead. However, Estoril's tricky conditions came into effect as the South African high-sided out at the reverse corkscrew, and he wasn't the only rider to do so, which saw the red flags wave and a wet race declared for the restart. There were bizarre scenes as pole sitter Iozzo launched from pit lane, leaving clear run for Rodriguez to take the lead from P4. Verdoya crashed out after making a play for P1 before a breakaway quartet battled for the podium. 4 soon became 3 as Borja Jimenez crashed out, allowing Rodriguez to clear off for his first ever victory in the class, and Iker Garcia pipped Francisco Ruiz to P2 on the line. So Adrian Rodriguez comes into this one as the most recent race winner, and he was beyond ecstatic last time out in Estoril as he mastered the mixed conditions. Very different conditions here today, as you can see. 40 odd degrees, 43 degrees on track, 21 degrees Celsius in the air, and as you can see, very little wind, and it's a very beautiful day here in Barcelona, just on the outskirts of the metropolitan city, as we look in the background of some of the iconic rolling mountains around Montmeló, where Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya is located. So, all in all, perfect conditions to go racing, and a wonderful event to close out what has been an excellent day so far in action. Joined by Liam Hodgins alongside me. Liam, how much are you looking forward to this one?
Well, you always put the best to last, don't you? So this one's going to be bombastic with Lorenzo Dalla Porta there, and this is how we took pole position yesterday.
For sure, I feel so good. Second pole, so I'm so happy for this. I feel good all the weekend from Thursday, so today is just a confirmation. So nothing, I'm so happy. I have to say thanks to the team because we are doing a really great job. And nothing, thanks a lot, and I hope we can do a good race tomorrow. For sure I would like to win, but also all the other riders, so we will see. I just try to do all my best, and I think we will do a good result.
A 1:47.376 from the Italian sees him launch from pole, and the last time he launched from pole position in the stock class, he was on the top step. That came in Misano, a one-time race winner here. You can see P1 in the championship with 36 points. One win, settled in for a P5 result in Estoril. Didn't quite have the pace to go with the top guys in Portugal, and was more than happy to pick up some valuable championship points as a 2019 Moto3 World Championship winner is now competing in the stock class, chasing another crown of his own.
Yeah, he was struggling a little bit throughout the weekend, was Lorenzo Dalla Porta, but on Saturday really did find his form once again. However, if he's on course for a good result here today, it could be one of the best outings he's had in Barcelona. He's never scored any higher than P12 in his World Championship days. That's including the year he won the Moto3 World Championship in 2019. Big hearts to the fans and to everyone back home from Jose Luis Armario on the Super Hugo 44 team. He goes from second place on the grid.
Yeah, brilliant qualifying session from the number 58. Only just missed out on pole position as Dalla Porta posted a very late effort in qualifying on Saturday. Armario he picked up some points in Misano with a P7 finish, or P9, excuse me. While we look here, Alex Millan, no stranger to the class. He was very much involved in the victory and podium battle in Estoril before fading off somewhat slightly and just picking up a P5, I think it was, in the end.
Yeah, showing
P4
great.
even.
P4, I mean, just one better. So still chasing the first podium of the year, but you can imagine that Alex Millan going from P3 on the grid will be hoping for a victory here today. And someone that will be looking for a repeat victory back-to-back will be Adrian Rodriguez on the SF Racing 44 machine. Just missed out on some points in Misano after a crash that brought out the red flag. Thankfully he was okay, and then he managed to take his first victory in the class last time out in a very sodden Estoril, Chris.
Not just his first victory, his first podium.
Exactly, yes.
And what a way to do it, because as mentioned in the previously on there, as we were looking at the highlights from Estoril, it was this rider, Dino Iotto, who was supposed to start on pole, and Iotto did start on pole before the red flag came out and the race was restarted. Then actually with him and his teammate Iotto and his teammate Van Rosmalen both came out of pit lane for the restart due to some technical issues, and that allowed Rodriguez a clear run for the whole shot, starting from P4. He had nobody in front of him, so it was just a good start, and away you go.
Yeah, Dino Iotto was telling us yesterday when we were chatting to him and the team that it was the master cylinder after the crash had broken, so they were trying to fix that in a hurry to get them back out on track. So it was a shame for Dino, because he really has been on form so far this season, and he'll be hoping to pick up another podium and potentially go even higher than P3 so far as well. The rider we're seeing on screen, the rider just behind, Demis Mihala, so on the MDR Competition 89 machine.
Wonderful
I tried my best. I've been practicing all morning for that one.
Mihaila is how I'm going to call it anyways, but he had a wonderful race last time out, top 6 finish in Estoril. Andy Verdoya on the podium in the opening round. Hasn't found that form in Estoril nor in Catalunya during qualifying. P7 here, a couple of crashes. Estoril, we saw he tried to make a play for the lead in that restarted wet race, but crashed out. So he's going to be looking to pick up some good points here. He could very well be a contender from the third row.
He showed great race pace in Misano only a few weeks back. He was running about fourth or fifth until the last couple of laps when he started making a play for the podium. So finished second in that one. Full throttle from Ruben Romero. Wasn't sure if he was pointing to the sky for a bit of rain, but I don't think if that's what he wants, he will get any of it. However, looking at the results so far, he's on course for a good result here today. A P14 and a P10 in the opening 2 rounds of the season, but starting P8. This has been the most convincing performance so far of his young career.
Yeah. All eyes then on Lorenzo Dalla Porta. Can he record a second victory of the season? It's going to be a hard man to stop, particularly when you look at the front row. You've got Jose Luis Armario, who's up there, who's not used to competing at such lofty heights, shall we say. But you do have Alex Millan. Mario Mayor, then the 18-year-old, P8 in Estoril, P4 in Misano. He is a rider of experience in this class. We've seen him pull off some good results. He was a P4 in Estoril. 2023 was his best result. He matched that in Misano as well. So he could certainly make a charge from outside the third, or from the head of the fourth, I should say.
Yeah, thinking back to last year, Mario Mayor, you'd always find him in the outreaches of the top 5 and top 6 after a great start to the race. So expect a lot more of that from the youngster, the Spanish rider. As we look at now, Carlos Valley on the DR, and the third team on the number 67. On the outside of the top 10, he'll be hoping for some solid points here today.
Yeah, absolutely. And then rounding out the fourth row is Borja Jimenez. Disappointment for him last time out as he fell out of that podium battle, crashing out. So he'll be looking for a little bit of vengeance. 12th in the championship, just the 9 points picked up so far in 2024 for the 16-year-old. They all came in Misano, a P7 finish, and as I mentioned, in Estoril he crashed out of a wet race podium scrap. So it'll be interesting to see what type of pace the FAO 55 rider has coming in the dry in Barcelona.
Now you may be wondering if there's a name we haven't mentioned just yet. Archie McDonald. He's had a tough weekend so far. He's mired back in the pack, down in 16th position. A rider that we're used to seeing near the front and battling for the fringes of the top 5. So Archie McDonald, the Australian, watch out for him coming through the field on a number 69 MRE talent machine. Iker
Garcia then further back than when he started in Estoril. P2 in Estoril finish and started on the front row 2. Had a bit of a howler from at the launch before the restarted race, and then it got off the line better second time around to record his first ever podium in the class. So you're on the point of Archie McDonald, who's maybe a little bit further back than we would have expected, but so is Francisco Ruiz, the number 26, who's just 1 place ahead of McDonald. He was on the podium last time out, was just pipped on the line to P2 by Garcia, but he still picked up his first podium. A strong result for Ruiz, but hasn't been the best of weekend so far for the Spaniard.
Yeah, some big names mired in the pack, so watch out for them coming through the field in the next 16 laps. But so far, it's so good in 2024 for your pole sitter, Lorenzo Dalla Porta, who will be going from a second career pole position in the class ahead of Armario and Millan on the outside of row 1. Rodriguez and the South African Dino Iozzo in the middle of row 2, ahead of Mihala on the 89 machine. Verdoya and Romero will make up the row number 3, ahead of Mario Mayor, and then Valli, Jimenez, Garcia, Rode and Rahacek in the middle of row 5, ahead of Yari Ruiz. Archie McDonald, Santos and Bettin, the Italian, on the outside of row 6. As we scroll further back, we have the likes of Nestola, Van Rosmalen, Del Olmo and Ribeiro ahead of Says on the number 35. The Spaniard ahead of Capote, Fabry and Brooks, the Brit in 27th spot. So Dan Brooks back there. And then we've got the Mexican of Urestugi. And then Quintal, Rasa and Echeverri rounding out your runners and riders. All 32 stock European Championship machines power their way down to turn number 1 on this warm-up lap. It's a full grid and it's going to be a great battle in Barcelona, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. And away we go on the warm-up lap through turn 1, left-hander of 2 before they come into the long sweeping right-hander, the iconic turn 3 here in Barcelona. Before, of course, number 4 Repsol is up next. So who are the riders to keep an eye out for here, Liam? Well, the number 13 there, Dino Iozzo, is certainly one of them. He was on the podium here in 2023, one of the highest returners in the class. And chatting to him yesterday, as we mentioned, I asked him, does he have another reference in the class, or does he feel he is the reference? He most certainly feels he is the reference, and for good reason too. Things didn't quite go his way last time out, but expect him to bounce back in Barcelona. A couple of other riders to look out for, of course, is Adrian Rodriguez, launching from P4. Last time he launched from P4, he was top step of the podium. Lorenzo Dalla Porta, last time he launched from pole, he was top step of the podium. While on P3, Alex Millan is, of course, a considerable race threat for anyone in the stock class. So, where's our winner going to come from? Well, it's going to be decided over the next few laps, 16 laps to be precise, of stock European Championship. It's going to be unmissable, and we're only moments away.
Yeah, race number 6 of 6 here today from brilliant Barcelona. It's been sunny, it's been dry all day, and the final race is upon us. Dalla Porta leads the championship ahead of Ruiz, Rodriguez and Garcia. Only 11 points separating the top 4 in the championship. How much closer would you like it in terms of stock European Championship action? And as the riders make the way to the grid, I'll pass myself over to Chris, who'll be taking us along for this start, with Lorenzo Dalla Porta starting from pole position with the very iconic number 48 he took towards Moto3 Championship glory in 2019. Can he do it again? 24.
So then, riders roll up to their respective positions on the grid. Dalla Porta, Rodriguez, Iozzo all already there, as is Demis Mihaela. He'll be looking to build a very encouraging top 6 result last time out. The tunes are still blaring, but I expect the music to be drowned out by an orchestra of engines any moment now. So we've got the final riders rolling up to their respective positions. That is our Mario, the number 58. Green flag waves at the back, the red flag is gone out front. The lights are about to turn on in the top left of your screen, and we are racing in the Stock European Championship here in Barcelona. Great start from the line from Dalla Porta, as there is for Rodriguez, who slots in just behind the championship leader. Will Rodriguez take the whole shot in the long drive into turn 1? He most certainly will. He bunts Dalla Porta back to second place, in fact into third place, as Ruben Romero, I think it is, comes flying through and jumps up into second place.
Yeah, I was watching Romero from the middle of the third row there. He got a great start there, up to second spot already, ahead of Dalla Porta, your championship leader. Dino Iozzo as well from 5th on the grid. He's moved up 1 spot to 4th. However, the big loser so far is Jose Luis Amario. As soon as the lights went out, he just went backwards, found reverse gear. But going forward, finding forward gear, is Dino Iozzo. He's ahead of Lorenzo Dalla Porta, who your pole sitter and championship leader so far, back to 4th already, and coming under attack from Borja Jimenez on the 91 FIM racing machine.
So Rodriguez is your race leader on the first lap, about half a lap into the race as we come on to the back straight. He's got Ruben Romero for company, though. As Liam has rightly pointed out, it's been a sensational launch from the line, and it could just be about to get a whole lot better. No, he thinks a little bit better of it, though, as we see the number 82, Mario Mayor, now move up 1 position, a little bit behind. Dino Iozzo is cruising in 3rd position. He's got a little bit of space with Dalla Porta and Jimenez just behind him. Mayor then takes P6 off the hands of Mihaela, with Armario in 8th position, Valle in 9th, Iker Garcia in 10th, with Verdoya also behind.
Wasn't just a bad start from the middle of the first row from...
Yes.
It's also, I was looking further down, also Millan, he's dropped back, he's down in 11th now, so he's also had a bad start. So
Ruben Romero has now jumped into the lead. Sorry to cut across you, Liam. It has been a shocking start for Alex Millan too, but anything but shocking from Ruben Romero. He is in the lead, but not for long. Rodriguez fights back. He's not going to give it up that easy. Rodriguez really wants to make a statement to back up that sensational Estoril win, but he's not having it. It's all his own way. Romero from 8th on the grid to P2 and battling for the win. Mario Mayor has also moved up into P3 at the expense of Lorenzo Dalla Porta, with Dino Iozzo dropping to P5. It's a chock-a-block start here in the stock class, Liam.
What we were talking about, Mario Mayor, we said so many times last year, he came through from mid-pack to fight near the front, and once again from P9 on the grid, Mario Mayor on the 82 Yamaha GV racing machine, ahead of his teammate, or who's just dropped back 1 position because Dino Iozzo has demoted him back to P5. So a disastrous start so far for Lorenzo Dalla Porta, who's never really had a smooth running of things here in Catalonia. We did speak about this before the start. In his World Championship, he has never finished any higher than P12, as one of the riders was just out there on the green.
Dalla Porta,
that was Dalla Porta. You're absolutely right there, Chris. Yeah, so Dalla Porta has to keep an eye out on that. He doesn't want to run on the green too many times, or he will be slapped on the wrist with a long lap penalty.
So then Rodriguez keeping his nerve out front. As of yet, he had pressure from Romero, but Romero now has got pressure from a hard charging Mario Mayor. But Dino Iozzo recovering for P4. Pole sitter is in P5, Lorenzo Dalla Porta. It's all gone a little haywire for him on this last lap and a half. But across the line we come once again. Dalla Porta just about holding off the challenge of Mihaela. Will Mihaela get into the slipstream here and make a move into turn 1? Will anyone be able to challenge for the lead on the Rodriguez? Dino Iozzo is taking the inside line, and it looks like Ruben Romero has been demoted to 2nd. Iozzo remains in 4th. It is Mayor, who just posted the fastest lap of the race, a 1:47.8 from Mayor, and he has gone into 2nd place. This is an excellent charge.
Mayor, I guess we could say there. A great charge through the pack from the 82 on board the Yamaha GV racing machine. Already up to second, as that looked like Lorenzo Dalla Porta being demoted another spot. It was indeed, he's down to sixth now. So Mihaela on the MDR competition machine has been demoting Lorenzo Dalla Porta. We've got some movers and shakers a little bit further back. That looked like the Super Hugo team of Luis Almario coming forward after his tough start to proceedings. He moved ahead of Borja Jimenez. So Almario, after dropping down the order from second position on the grid, he's now starting to get his hooks into the back of this group and starting to make his reel them back in. Alex Millan, who was in P3 on the grid, he's still mired back in 11th position. So far, a big disaster for the number 23, Alex Millan. He's in 11th at the back of this pack. However, Chris, it's a top 10 that's covered by a blanket almost, within a second and a half of each other. So we've got a cracking race in order here.
Yeah, through the final sector we go then on the third lap. Rodriguez still comfortably out front. He's got about a 2/10 advantage over Mario Mayor. Ruben Romero, another hard charger from the third row, occupying P3. Dino Iozzo, what's he got in the pocket here now? He's just been riding in P4 comfortably, hasn't been challenged that much from behind. Here we go. Ruben Romero about to make a move on Mayor. Mayor pulls out to the left. Romero follows Rodriguez, but it's Dino Iozzo who's going to benefit greatly. He moves into P2 and just it looked like he might have made a move for P1, but Rodriguez cuts the nose off him. But Iozzo, the South African, is in second place with the 82 and Mayor now in third. Romero drops out of the podium positions.
Benedetto Razza, he's picked himself up a long lap penalty, so number 27, he'll be coming through the long lap. I just wanted to say there, Chris, you just saw Mayor sticking his legs out coming down the home straight while in the slipstream of Rodriguez. You don't really see that from any of the classes outside of Moto3 or European Talent Cup. So these riders, as we just see Rodriguez looking over his shoulder, he doesn't want to lead, neither did Mayor. So these riders, they're playing cat and mouse at the moment with each other. Dino Iozzo takes the lead, so these riders here, I don't know if they're trying to conserve their tyres and just slow the pace down, but none of these riders want to lead for the time being. So that's just allowed Iozzo, who's come from fifth on the grid. He now leads ahead of Rodriguez, and Mayor, he's back and forth after being demoted a couple of positions after him trying to not lead going into turn one.
Iozzo, yeah, he is out in the lead now and rubbing shoulders between the 82 and 89, Mihaela and Mario Mayor. He's gone up the inside of Rodriguez. Mihaela, this is a hard charge from the Italian. Brilliant stuff. And Rodriguez, all of a sudden, having led over the opening laps, has been demoted to P3 as Iozzo and Mihaela strike. Brilliant stuff from the South African and the Italian. Does Rodriguez, our most recent race winner, have any answer for the front two, or are they going to break away? It's quite close among the top 11, 12. The top 12 are less than 2 seconds going back to Andy Verdoya. It's even closer inside the top 6. Half a second between them. You can see them there. It's all going to chop and change here. Rodriguez pulls out to the left. Iozzo in the centre. Mihaela on the right. And Mario Mayor in the inside line. Rodriguez takes the lead. Iozzo's been bunted back to fourth place. Mihaela and Mayor are now on the podium. Well, we see there another rider, I think it's Dalla Porta, trying to make his way back onto the podium places, but just gets pushed a little bit wider than he would have liked.
Are we watching a Moto3 or Junior GP race here, or a stock European Championship? It's all chopping and changing every single corner. You look, so Rodriguez, he retakes the lead after one lap ago coming out of this corner. Looked over, he's waving the other riders through again. So Mihaela takes the lead now after Rodriguez waved him through. Mayor, we saw down the straight a lap ago, he was sticking his legs out so he didn't get the slipstream from Rodriguez. So once more, none of these riders, as we said a lap ago, want to lead. It looked like Dino Iozzo, he has done, he's made a move on Mayor, so he's hung Mayor out to dry. And once again, Rodriguez looking over his shoulder just to see how many of the riders are in this leading group. They're in the 148 and 49s at the moment as this leading group, and now it goes stretched all the way back to Andy Verdoya, the rider that is the highest up the field that is not on a Yamaha. He's on the Honda team, Honda Leglise machine. So Andy Verdoya, he's in 10th spot. He's actually just dropped down to 13th. So it's a leading group of 13 riders, Chris.
Yeah, Mihaela is out in front though. We saw Rodriguez taking a little look over the shoulder. Maybe he doesn't want to get caught in the slipstream. We're not used to seeing it, as you point out, in this class, but it has come into effect already in the opening laps. We're coming around the final corner now. We'll see let's take note. Mihaela is in the lead ahead of Rodriguez and Iotto. Mario Mayor in 4th and Dalla Porta in 5th. Alex Mian has recovered, by the way, number 23. He's up to 6th, but let's see how it all changes coming into turn 1. Rodriguez is out in front. Iotto takes a far line. Mihaela has been dropped to 4th. Mayor is in 2nd. Iotto into 3rd momentarily before he gets dropped into 4th position. And Rodriguez now is your race leader. Coming through the first sector, the long sweeping right-hander is Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya, famous for how long and sweeping on the right it is. Before we dive into turn 4 and overtaking opportunity here, I think that's Mihaela who's looking to gain a position back against Rodriguez, but he slips into P3. And now left-hander, first left-hander of the circuit, turn 5, heartbreaking. Iotto is get the tightest line there, but we're not seeing much change come out there before we come into the second sector. And who's that? Is that Alex Mian who's diving up the inside of Dalla Porta? It most certainly is, just ahead of turn 7, switching back to the right. Drive up now on towards the back straight after turn number 9, and let's see how it all changes coming down into the heartbreaking turn 10.
There was me a couple of laps ago saying Mian was well and truly out of this, and he's making me eat my words for breakfast now because he's charging through the pack again. A few more riders a little bit further back. I believe that might have been Ruiz on the 26 machine. He's making some moves further up, as you can see there. Ruiz on the 26. Watch out for him. 2nd place in the championship. Mired back in P15 on the grid. He's now starting to charge through to the front, a pack that is led by Mario Mayor on the 82 machine. So we've only had 5 laps so far. We're about to click off another one. 10 laps remaining as they come across the line. Mayor, a few laps ago, didn't want to lead coming down this home straight. For now, he does lead it. And Rodriguez, who another rider doesn't want to lead, the fan out across the circuit, 5 abreast. Here comes Dalla Porta on the number 48. Will he take the lead from 5th to 1st? Lorenzo Dalla Porta sets up Rodriguez. It's bumping and boring, but sat up as Rodriguez. Round the outside is Dino Iotto, and it's Mihaela that takes the lead ahead of Dalla Porta and Iotto, your top 3 for now.
Yeah, Rodriguez properly getting bounced about there coming out of turn 1. Dalla Porta up the inside, Mihaela on the outside, and now Rodriguez is down in 4th position. It's elbows out stuff here across, particularly coming down the front straight and into turn 1. It's just battling for position on the track and getting the proper drive as Iotto moves up now the inside of Dalla Porta. But the South African runs it a little bit wide. Dalla Porta takes back the position, but does Iotto have another move up his sleeve coming into 7-8? Not quite. So that's opened up a little bit of a gap now for Mihaela out front. He's got a few bike lengths at about half a second. Dalla Porta, he's been running outside the top 4, top 5 for the opening laps. He kind of wants to get on with it now. He sees how this race is unfolding, and maybe he thinks he's got the pace to to break away from these guys as Alex Mian jumps up now the inside of Adrian Rodriguez. Rodriguez back in 5th position. Mian takes 4th off of his hands.
Okay, just looking further back in that pack there, Iker Garcia on the 11, another Yamaha GP
mistake
Racing.
for Iotto.
Oh, Iotto's got a problem.
For Iotto.
A big problem for Iotto there. Well spotted there, Chris.
Okay, he's still riding, but he's looking down at the dashboard here. Big problems coming the way of Dino Iotto, who is on the podium, and now his name is plummeting down, and straight into pit lane he comes. Once again, he records no points. That's huge disappointment for the South African, who was once again running with the top guys and displaying great pace, but it seems a technical problem has brought his race to an early end.
If he had no bad luck, he'd have no luck at all with Dino Iotto. A really disastrous start to his campaign in 2024 after showing great speed. It did look like he was looking down at the rear end of the bike, so I'm not sure if maybe there was a tyre problem or something else is going on. But for now, Dino Iotto, who was running in 3rd position behind Lorenzo Dalla Porta. Lorenzo Dalla Porta, he's lost touch big time with Demis Mihaela. So Mihaela on the number 89 machine, he's already opened up a gap of almost 1 second ahead of your championship leader as Alex Mian makes a move on Mayor, and he makes his stick just behind them. It looked like Garcia made a move on Rodriguez, but runs a little bit deep. Rodriguez trying to get the cutback around the outside, down the hill towards turn number 7, and we have Ruiz as well. He's in the mix for this one as well, so it's all chopping and changing. However, these riders beat each other up. Mihaela at the front, he's really starting to gap them and really putting his foot down as he is back into the low 1 minute 48s last time round. So as the rest of the riders were in the high 48s and 49s, Mihaela, he was in at the low 48s. Mian has a little look up the inside of Dalla Porta, but can't make it stick. So the two riders that really are showing speed now are the race leader of Mihaela and Alex Mian on the 23 machine.
Round the final corners we come in sector 4 before we clock off another lap, and let's have a look at the lap times as they come over. Mihaela is your race leader. He was 6/10 quicker almost than the majority. Yeah, he was 6/10 quicker than all the leading group. This time around, what's he going to post? The number 89 to 148.3. And the only rider who can match him in this leading group is Mario Mayor, who is running in P4. So Mayor, as you can see on the left-hand side of that lead trio, is diving up the inside, but it's Alex Mian who squeezes in between the two of Dalla Porta and Mian to take P2. Mian has been dropped to P4, where he started, or Mayor has been dropped into P4, with Dalla Porta in third and Alex Mian in second. But Mayor was the only rider who kept pace with Mihaela on that lap.
Yeah, crazy pace that Mihaela is running out front, 2.2 seconds or 1.1 seconds ahead of Alex Mian and Lorenzo Dalla Porta, with Mayor making some movement, shaking a little bit further up ahead. We have Rodriguez coming under pressure from Jimenez, and Jimenez looked like he made the move stick into turn number 5, but here's a replay of this one. So Mayor on the 82, as late as you like, as leery as you like. It looks like maybe one of his bootstraps may be undone as well on his left-hand side. Something else flapping on the 82 machine as well. But Mian, braver than most, slots through the gap there and squeezes Dalla Porta and Mayor out. So he takes second. What can Mian do? It looks like on this lap, maybe. I could be seeing things, but it looks like Mian might be just starting to bridge that gap. It's down to 1 second. It was 1.1 at the start of the lap. Mian is now starting to bridge that gap as the number 27 of Benedetto Rasa has been given a ride-through penalty after not serving his double long lap penalty. So the 27, he'll have to come through the pits and get a slap on the wrist for being a naughty boy that time round. So as we come through the final corner, we're looking at Ruiz, the rider second in the championship. He's making some headway in this race as the 71 of Romero runs onto the green across the start-finish line. They come, and this time round, it was Alex Mian who was 0.4 of a second faster than Mihaela out front. The gap is now down to 0.8 of a second as Mayor and Dalla Porta running a little bit deep, with Mayor running out wide, and he's coming under pressure now from Borja Jimenez.
Yeah, the problem Mian has is, even though he was 0.4 quicker than Mihaela, he is getting stuck in battle with Dalla Porta and Mario Mayor. Now, if he can maintain that pace, keep it clean and tidy, if Dalla Porta can just file in behind him, there is a reasonable chance that they can catch Mihaela, who is just 0.8 ahead. He was 0.4 quicker than him in the last lap, so it could just be a matter of time if he maintains his pace. But Lorenzo Dalla Porta looks like he wants to get on with it too. He's not close enough to make a move just there coming through turn 5. He's eyeing up, he's just showing a little wheel to Mian. It looks like he's just, any moment now we're going to see Dalla Porta make a move on Mian, but that may not be best for their hopes. Well, Mian, they're running it onto the green and getting it wrong through there. So that's going to cost him, and possibly incur the wrath of the stewards. But we continue on. So it's Mian running in second place. He's still running at about 0.8 behind Mihaela. This is an excellent ride from the Italian. Dalla Porta also looking to get on with it behind Mian in P3. But Mario Mayor, Borja Jimenez inside the top 5, and Iker Garcia's charge through the field is really reaping reward for the Spaniards. He has gone up into the top 6, and podium is not out of the question for the Spaniard.
Adrian Rodriguez is dropping like a stone now. He's got Andy Verdoya on the Team Honda Leglaze machine climbing all over the back of the 44, so maybe tyre troubles coming into effect here across the line. They come. There's Andy Verdoya on the 27 Honda. He's moving up. He was 13th a couple of laps ago. He's now going for P8 ahead of Rodriguez, maybe even more, maybe taking 2 for 1 into turn 1. Not quite, as Alex Mian is being shuffled out wide. He's gone from 2nd into 4th with Lorenzo Dalla Porta. He's now taking the charge as they try and close the gap ahead of Mihaela.
There are problems coming for Mihaela. A 148 last time round was 0.6 slower than Lorenzo Dalla Porta in second, and also Borja Jimenez on the number 91 machine of the FAU 55 TUI Racing, a 148.2 for the Spaniards. So this podium group, let's call them, of 4 riders are very much on the charge and have Michela in their sights. Alex Mian has actually dropped to the back of this group. 1:48.5 for him last time around. Has he got the pace to go with these riders just ahead of him? Remains to be seen. But one thing for sure, it looks like it's only a matter of time before the likes of Della Porta, Jimenez, Mayor catch Michela out front. So what has Michela got in response? A 1:48.8 last time around. We'll come over in a minute to check the lap times once they come through the final sector here, Liam. But Michela's got trouble brewing.
He does indeed. He was just looking over his shoulder there coming out of turn 9 and would have seen a gaggle of 4 riders closing in on him. And Lorenzo Dalla Porta, has he played this and timed this to absolute perfection? That wily old head on his shoulders. He's not a world champion for nothing, is Lorenzo Dalla Porta. He knows how to manage a race, and maybe he's managed the race the best by looking after his tyres. He was dropping back through the field in the opening few laps while the rest were bumping and boring and battling each other and trying to set the pace out the front. He wasn't deterred by that, and he has now taken the charge ahead of the rest of the pack to try and close in Michela. And that time round, he was once again 0.3 of a second faster. You don't even have to look at the time screen. Here comes Mayor into third. They're now on the back of Demis Michela in the battle for the win, Chris. So yes, Michela does have big problems on his hands now.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time, as I thought I heard someone in the headset go through the gravel, but I'm mistaken. Yeah, it's a matter of time now before Dalla Porta gets his claws on Michela. Michela has run an admirable race, but he has not got the pace over the last couple of laps. The Italian Dalla Porta is 0.3 quicker than him. He is also 1.5, nearly 2 quicker than him through sector 1. Dalla Porta is coming, and he is bringing a freight train of trouble for the Italian out front. It's Michela leading Dalla Porta on the 48. Then it's Mario Mayor, Jimenez, Millan inside the top 5. Jose Luis Armario is a little bit further back and just out of contention. You can see him there, the yellow 58 machine. But it looks like Millan is going that way rather than towards the podium battle.
The rider that was fastest on track last time round was the 71 of Ruben Romero. He was the rider in the 1:48, the low 1:48s last time round. Him and also Andy Bedoya, those are the 2 fastest riders on track. So Andy Bedoya, just see him on the team Honda Leclerc's machine, the red Honda, the very nice looking red, blue and white Honda, just flashing into the background on number 25. He's now started to close in on this top group after coming through the pack, just coming through turn 13 into the final corner as we're about to tick off another lap. But for now, Michela is leading this absolutely brilliantly. He takes a tear off and drops into the face of Lorenzo Dalla Porta. 4 laps to go. Down the main straight they come, but he's just getting eaten up by Dalla Porta and Mayor. And Dalla Porta sweeps into the lead ahead of Mayor. He drops 3 positions, does Michela, from first to third, and he's now coming under attack from Jimenez and Millan.
So Dalla Porta takes the lead, and Michela all of a sudden goes from P1 to P3, and he's got bigger problems coming behind him. Borja Jimenez is on the march, as is Millan and Armario. So let's keep an eye on that podium battle. But as things stand, Dalla Porta assumes control of the race. Your championship leader, your Misano race winner, looks like he is going to come on the top step. Has anyone got the pace to go with him? Mario Mayor is making a valiant effort of it, as is Michela. Michela having a little look up the inside there at turn 5, but Mayor holds him off. Can Mayor go with the Italian of the number 48 of Lorenzo Dalla Porta? Well, Lorenzo Dalla Porta has set his PB first sector, so he shows no signs of slowing down. Mayor needs to find an answer here pretty quick, or I fear for the rest of the field, Dalla Porta might go home and hosed.
The trials and tribulations of number 27, Rasa. He's now been black flagged for ignoring the right through penalty. It happened to a post champion in Max Biaggi 25 years ago around this very same circuit, ignoring black flags, but we will be ignoring that for the time being as we've got 3 and a bit laps remaining.
Trying on the outside, yes, coming through 12, but he won't make that stick, really. I highly doubt it, unless he pulls off some ridiculous Rossi Lorenzo style move. Circuit de Catalunya 2009. But it is Dalla Porta who's leading, coming out of the final corner. We've got 3 laps to go. Mario Mayor is hot on his heels, as is Demis Michela. Those P3 look like your podium battle? Does Alex Millan have any pace to get through? Dalla Porta went from P2 to P1 last time, P1 to P3 last time for Mihaela. This time he is in P1 from P3. Dalla Porta nearly sliding it out there, pushes Millan right. Mario Mayor has moved into second place. So, having taken the lead last time around, he suffers the same, Dalla Porta suffers the same fate as Mihaela coming into turn 1 on the previous lap by going P1 to P3. So, it is about who can get that drive to the line with what, 2.5 laps remaining. So Mihaela is once again, he just set a personal best sector 1-2. So he is responding in kind. And now Borja Jimenez is going up the inside of Dalla Porta at turn 5. That is brilliant from the number 91 of the FAU 55 team. He is on for a podium, out to avenge his mistakes in Estoril, where he cost himself a podium with a crash. Now he is on for another, as a couple of riders run a little bit wide there on the left to right through turn 7 and 8.
You can hear the crowd cheering in the background, cheering on these big riders on the stock machines, and Lorenzo Dalla Porta must be thinking he's rewinding the clock back to his Moto3 days, getting duffed up, but he's fighting back on Jimenez into La Caixa corner at turn number 10. He's back into third place on the 48 machine, and it looks like we've got Andy Bedoya. He's making some moves. He's passed once more Ruben Romero. So that's a battle going on for 8th and 9th. Those two riders last time round were the fastest riders on track, especially Romero, who was half a second faster than the riders in front. So it's a top 9 and 18-wheeler at the front of this race with only 2 laps remaining as they come down the home straight. Once again, it's Mihaela from Mayor, Dalla Porta, Jimenez, Millan, Garcia. Not for long though, as they get in the slipstream, fan out across the circuit. Who will be on the brakes? And we've got, it's going to be Lorenzo Dalla Porta from 3rd to 1st. He chops in front of Mayor and Mihaela, and Jimenez to settle for 4th position at the moment. Alex Millan and Garcia, they slot into 5th and 6th. But just like it was a couple of laps ago, we now have Lorenzo Dalla Porta back at the front as they power their way through. They can spin up, you can see them spinning up through turn at number 3. The tyres are almost shot on these stock machines.
Yeah, Dalla Porta then is your race leader with just over a lap and a half to go as they come through turn 5 for the penultimate time. Mario Mayor is running in second, but does Demis Mihaela have a move for him on the hard-braking left-hander? Oh, they're going shoulder to shoulder running through there. Now they've got the run into 7, 6 and 7. It looks like Mayor's got the outside line. Mihaela's got the favourable inside line, but Mayor's going to hold on. So Lorenzo Dalla Porta remains your race leaders. Mayor and Mihaela. Borja Jimenez was on the podium but has been relegated to 4th. Alex Millan is very much part of this, as are Garcia, Mario Verdoya and Romero. Nothing to separate the front, 9 riders. It is a brilliant stock race here as we go through sector 4 for the penultimate time, turn 12. It's all coming into turn 1, isn't it, Liam? Every single time the lead changes coming into turn 1. So this could be the moment. Exiting turn 14 down the front straight, who can get the drive into turn 1? Dalla Porta is leading, but we haven't seen the leader come out of leader into turn 1 stay the same coming out of turn 1.
Yeah, getting into the slipstream now is Mario Mayor. There's 2 overtaking opportunities on this track, 2 big ones. Turn 1 is one, and turn 10, the La Caixa, is the other one towards the end of the lap. One final time, they come down towards turn 1. Lorenzo Dalla Porta on your left, Mayor on the right, late braking as Mayor swoops round the outside. He now leads for the first time here, and it looked like Jimenez has swooped into 3rd. Not quite, he must have run a little bit deep, so it's Mihaela in 3rd. So Dalla Porta, he has been relegated to 2nd position. Your Moto3 champion from 2019, trying to power through turn 3, trying to get the exit, trying to get the drive, but it's not quite done just yet as Mayor still leads the way deep on the brakes into 4. And for now, Chris, is Mayor leading Dalla Porta, but Dalla Porta is shaping up a move potentially into turn 5. Down the hill they come, late on the brakes, and Mayor keeps it.
Yeah, Mayor holds on to the lead, but Dalla Porta's got a tighter inside line. Mihaela's got trouble behind him as Borja Jimenez is coming. Andy Verdoya is into the top 5
Verdoya, wow,
with our Mario in 6th. So all about this battle for the lead. It looks like it's between Mayor and Dalla Porta. Mayor currently holds the advantage as we come through with half a lap remaining. through the right-hander at 9. Down the back straight we go into turn 10. Big overtaking opportunity here. Let's watch all across the field. Dalla Porta, it looks like he wanted the inside line. Isn't close enough forward. The top 3 remains the same. Will there be any changes a little further back? Not quite yet. Only a couple corners left then to navigate for the number 82, Mario Mayor. But he's got Dalla Porta up the inside of him. Dalla Porta pulls off a spectacular move going around turn 12. Will he make it stick for his second win of the campaign? It certainly looks like he will. Will Mario Mayor try something up the middle, up the inside at the final corner? Not quite yet. Can he get the run to the line? It looks like Dalla Porta, your championship leader, takes a second win in the campaign ahead of Mario Mayor with Demis Mihaila on the podium. A sensational last sector move from the number 48 at turn 12 sees him crowned victor here in Barcelona.
What a ride. Stock European Championship is here to stay as a crowning jewel of 600 racing. What a race that was. Lorenzo Dalla Porta looks down to his rear tyre. He had nothing left in the last few laps to Dalla Porta apart from his sheer skill and determination. So Lorenzo Dalla Porta, incredible up the inside at turn 11, timed it to perfection. Saw Mayor take a conventional line, but Dalla Porta just shaped it up, and unfortunately he did get there eventually. Pops a wheelie for the fans, but it was the only thing he almost didn't do well today was Lorenzo Dalla Porta. So Lorenzo Dalla Porta, your victor here. Mario Mayor almost taking his first victory in the class, but settled for second, was brilliant. And then Demis Mihaila, another great ride into third spot.
Yeah, superb stuff from Dalla Porta as a red flag is popping up on the timing screens. I'm not sure what that is about, but we'll bring you updates as soon as we know anything ourselves, if there is anything. But it was after the checkered flag. Brilliant stuff from Lorenzo Dalla Porta then. Second win, 2 wins in 3 for the 2019 Moto3 World Champion, and he very much has seized complete control of the stock class here, the number 48. Leaving it very late to take the win. He started on pole in Misano, he took the win. He started on pole here in Barcelona, and he has taken the win. Mario Mayor, he led going into that final sector, but was found wanting on the inside as Dalla Porta snuck a brilliant move up inside the Spanish rider at turn 12. But it's still a brilliant podium for the Spaniard. As it is for Demis Mihaila, far and away his best result of the campaign, P3. Previous best was a P5, and that came last time out in Estoril, where he did quite well in a wet race. So that's your podium trio for the moment, well, for the stock class race here in Barcelona. Dalla Porta, absolutely sensational. 149, 132 on that last lap. Himself and Mario Mayor were both, 7/10 quicker than the chasing pack. So 2 titans of the class really, really going toe-to-toe there. Exchanging 149 ones on the last lap, leaving everything on the line. And just having a look through the timing screens, the top 6 were separated by half a second. How close do you want it? Absolutely sensational stuff. A run through the results. It's Dalla Porta who takes the win ahead of Mayor Mihaila. Borja Jimenez just misses out on a podium. Our Mario started on the front row and takes a P5 after a bit of a howler at lights out, dropping outside the top 10. Well, Andy Verdoya climbed his way through the pack. Alex Mian started on the front row too, dropped his way through the pack, and then all of a sudden came back into contention before falling down a little bit. But this is the race-winning move at turn 12. Sensational. Really, really great stuff from Lorenzo Dalla Porta. Got his nose in front with 2-3 corners to go. Kept it clean for the rest of the race. Got the drive to the line, and that was brilliant from the Italian. A big celebration then as he takes a well-deserved lap of honor. He's now in Parc Fermé. And fist pump from Mario Mayor as well, his first podium of the campaign. Mayor narrowly missed out on a top 3 in Misano, but he's narrowly missed out on the win, but he is on the podium for the first time in 2024 rather. So brilliant results as Lorenzo Dalla Porta has a quick debrief with key members of his team. We'll hear from the Italian very shortly as Liam Hodgins is working his way down towards Parc Ferme. On the phone video call, we can only imagine who it is. I'll take a rough guess. It's some family members. Big thumbs up, big celebration from the number 82. Brilliant race from outside of the 3rd row to take 2nd place. Italian rider Demis Mihela then, he's more than happy. He also came from a little bit deeper outside of the 2nd row to lead the race for a large chunk of the action, and found himself then just dropped a little bit behind Mayor and Dalla Porta as they broke away for the win, but he was happy to settle in and take a first podium of the campaign. So as they all pose for the team photos, the Yamaha GV Racing squad in their white shirts above their blue bikes with their triumphant rider Lorenzo Dalla Porta at the center of celebrations. So now he will be ushered over to our man on the ground, Liam Hodgins, and we'll be hearing from him very shortly in both English and Italian. So Lorenzo Dalla Porta is your race winner for the 2nd time in 2024. He commands the championship standings, and he is down below with Liam Hodgins ready to talk.
Well, Lorenzo, your 2nd win of the season. It looked a little tough out there today. You were mired in the pack for a little while, but you fought your way through to the front with an incredible overtake on the final lap. Just tell us all about it.
Yeah, I struggle a bit. It's been not easy. For sure the rider was fast. The track condition was quite bad because yesterday for me was a lot much of grip, so I struggle a lot for the reason. But I enjoy a lot also. A bit of battle is always nice, no? So congrats to my team and to Mario Mayor for the 2nd position. So we did 1st and 2nd place. It's a so great result for us. I'm so happy. Thanks to everybody and keep pushing.
Congratulations, Lorenzo, and to all of your team, and once again, and your native Italian.
Sì, ho faticato un po' perché dai, dal ritmo di ieri sembrava che ne avessimo un po' di più degli altri, invece oggi ho fatto veramente tanta fatica. Probabilmente la condizione della pista così calda non ha aiutato, ma sono contento. Un po' di battaglia sempre fa divertire, no? E dai, ci tengo a fare i complimenti al mio team e a Mario Mayor perché hanno fatto secondi e quasi Mario non riesco a passarlo, quindi un gran risultato per la squadra, sono molto contento e grazie ai ragazzi e grazie a tutti. Ciao.
Congratulations once again, Lorenzo.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
So this is how Lorenzo Dalla Porta secured his 2nd win of the campaign from pole position, but he didn't take the whole shot as Adriano Rodriguez on the 44 machine dived up the inside of him. Ruben Romero also had a fantastic start on the number 71, relegating Dalla Porta to P5 at one stage, with Mayor and Dino Iozzo ahead of the Italian. Rodriguez led the race ahead of Iozzo then. Well, slipstream came into effect big time each time down the front straight. Dalla Porta getting the benefit of it then as Rodriguez gets bounced around as Ruben Romero and Mario Mayor and Demis Mihela rather takes the lead. That was the start of the backward slide for Adrian Rodriguez. We lost Dino Iozzo to a technical problem as well. But out front you see Demis Mihela had built up a lead. Mayor, Alex Millan and Lorenzo Dalla Porta battling for 2nd position. Millan seizing the initiative. Dalla Porta though had the best pace on circuit and he narrowed the gap to Mihela out front, while Mayor and Millan once again go wheel to wheel. Millan bumping out to 4th position with Mayor in 3rd. Down the front straight again, and Lorenzo Dalla Porta took the lead with the previous race leader at 89, Mihela, going from P1 to P3. But then 1 lap later, the same fate befell Dalla Porta, who went from P1 to P3, but not before he managed to get some momentum together. Borja Jimenez was actually in the podium places shortly, but then the number 48 of Della Porta once again took the lead ahead of Mayor. 89 of Mejela just ahead of Jimenez. On the final lap then, the number 82 of Mayor used slipstream to the full effect to take a turn 1 advantage, but then a brilliant move at turn 12 from Della Porta relegated Mayor to second and handed the Italian and championship leader victory here in the Stock European Championship class race in Barcelona. Time for the podium celebrations then, with Yamaha GV Racing representative being brought out first ahead of the riders. Next up will be the first of the 2 Italian riders on the podium. That's Demi Mejela, first of the year for him. Now it's Mario Mayor, first podium also for the Spaniard in 2024. And it's the championship leader, Lorenzo Della Porta, who is out last to take the top step on the rostrum. Second win of the campaign then for Della Porta. First one came in at home circuit of Misano. Mr. Jean-Marc Desnoues, Vice President of the FIM Europa, presents Yamaha GV Racing's representative with his trophy. He'll also present Demis Mejela with his third place trophy. The sole Spaniard on the podium at their home event in the stock class, Mario Mayor, receives his from Mr. Josep Luis Santamaria, the managing director of the circuit.
Y de nuevo, el director del Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya va a entregar el premio al vencedor.
While Mr. Santamaria will also hand Della Porta his winning trophy.
Della Porta, enhorabuena, complimenti. En honor al vencedor, vamos a escuchar el himno de
And now it's time to hear the Italian national anthem.
campeonato, 3 carreras, 2 victorias para Lorenzo Della Porta.
A day Della Porta will never forget then, as he is crowned yet again a winner in the stock class here at Barcelona, as they begin to spray the bubbly. Jubilant celebrations, of course, as the GV Racing representative from Yamaha just accepts his fate.
A proper soaking.
Hugs all around, and well done to all 3 riders for playing their part in a truly spectacular stock race.
Well, it was a great race that was won by Lorenzo Della Porta, his 2nd win of the season, ahead of Mario Mayor, just 0.04 of a second further back ahead of Demis Mejela in 3rd. Borja Jimenez runs at the top 4 ahead of Jose Luis Mario, who runs at top 5 after a difficult start. Andy Bedoya, Alex Millan and Ruben Romero ahead of Iker Garcia at P9. Adrian Rodriguez runs at the top 10 ahead of Neil Rouge in 11th spot ahead of Francisco Ruiz, who drops back down to 12th after a great start for the young Spaniard. Carlos Valle in 13th ahead of Kilian Nestola and Archie McDonald, who couldn't make any progress from P16. He rounds out the runners and riders in the points. Further back, Filip Rajicek, the Czech rider, in 18th ahead of Declan Van Rosmalen, the Australian rider, ahead of Juan Priego Augustin Gui, the Mexican rider. Yari Sees ahead of Andrea Bettin. And Daniel Brooks, the Brit, and Brett Watch in 24th. Further back, Benedetto Rasa, who was then given a right through penalty. He would be running out. He'll be running out your runners and riders a little bit further back. However, the championship looks a bit like this. Lorenzo Della Porta leads the way, 20 points ahead of Mario Mayor on 61, with Iker Garcia in third spot on 32 points ahead of Adrian Rodriguez. Francisco Ruiz, he drops from second down to fifth. Andy Bedoya with a valiant effort to sixth. He's in the top six ahead of Demis Mihela in seventh ahead of Nel Roche and Borja Jimenez. Alex Mayan, a valiant effort for him into seventh spot today. He rounds at the top 10 ahead of Jose Luis Armario. Dino Iotto, some tech gremlins for him. He drops down to 12th in the championship ahead of Ruben Romero, Archie McDonald and Kevin Quintal. The rider riding out the top 15. A little bit further back, Carlos Valle, Giancarlo Ribeiro, David Fabri, Juan Santos are your points paying positions for our stock European Championship after round number 3.
So that's it for another day of Junior GP World Championship action. And rounding out the day is the stock class with Lorenzo Della Porta still on top.